all kinds of art shows and all that stuff because all the local businessmen and artists are gearing up for Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, so
because they were crying on the radio today about, oh, it's still 103 in Phoenix. Well, yeah.
I know.
That's called the desert, dude.
I'm going to want to share my screen. And
so if she's going to come down, do you want to sit in the other room or?
She said she was going to stay down there.
Oh,
she decided, yeah. She just said she was going to stay down there. So it's like, okay, then.
You tell her I brushed my teeth.
Yeah, I tried to get that. Oh, it's meeting. Whoops. I tried to tell her that, but she just. I'm going to make it be February meeting now. Tried to tell her that, but she decided that you obviously had not brushed them enough, so.
I guess not.
So.
Well, it's not the first of the month yet,
Hey, Connie. Oh, can't hear me yet. Yeah, we're going to have a speaker.
So is that going to be first?
I'm going to do the minutes from the February meeting. I have the agenda. Let's see. I guess I should read the minutes first. And then that was a long time ago.
I know. When I was reading them the other day, I was going, oh my God, I don't have. It starts out, I think it started out with the cats.
Yes, Elgin Elkins. Connie, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. I've got our secretary is here in my office, and I'm trying to do a screen share on. So just a sec. So Sue, you do have this as Jody Drankle, but it was Jody Crankle, the K.
With a K.
Mm-hmm.
And K-R-A-N.
Yep. Everything else was the same.
Okay. One thing about living in a small town, everybody assumes that everybody else knows who you are.
I know.
Which is not a bad thing, but.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So present.
So far we have Connie.
You and me.
You and me. And Connie is from Lago Vista. You got my email earlier, didn't you?
No,
I forgot because.
I looked for it.
Oh, I did.
Connie who?
Connie, how do you say your last name?
Shocky, like electrical shock.
Shock. Really?
Okay. Yeah, shocky. It's shocky.
Right, yeah. But it's ZSCHOCHE.
Right.
Shocky.
Yeah, but it's really shock. But so that's German, right?
Yeah, German, Czechoslovakian.
Czech, yeah.
Yeah. Eastern European.
Eastern European, we just said, yeah.
So
is Matt still a member of our group?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Yes. Okay. And who is Connie?
She is with the Lago Vista Club, and she is going to talk to us about the Lions Camp and what was going on, because there weren't any campers this year at all, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They did some amazing things, though. So the kids actually got to participate in camp, but it was all virtual.
Oh, really?
It was pretty cool, yeah. I cannot get back in there.
What can you get?
I may have to go out and come back in, I think.
Did Stanley say whether he was gonna come or not?
He has an appointment. So he sent the treasurer's report, which is right if you want to see it.
I do. And
I sent
actually,
it.
I want a copy because
Yes.
I will put it into the minutes
Um,
for people that.
right. I sent it out.
Huh?
I sent it out, but here's I downloaded it too, so you can have that.
So I guess you're not going to see me, so that's okay.
I guess not. Did you want to get out and try to get back in again?
I don't know if I can do that. I'm not the best Zoom person. I mean, I've done this a few times on Zoom. So maybe, well, I don't know. I don't really have to.
Yeah, because you should show up. Yeah, you should show up. So that's odd that I can't see you.
So let me just,
And I
let me
put it, okay. Okay, there's that. There's the agenda. So yeah, I was gonna do the minutes from since, and I put in there again that I said, Gilda, you haven't given me the March minutes.
Yeah, actually, if she'll bring them to the shop, I'll go down and pick them up from her, and that way I can sit there and read them, and she can tell me
Yeah.
what they say.
Ah, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
I can hear you. How about that?
Can you see me? I can see you.
Oh, yeah, very good. Let me just see if I can get situated a little better here.
And Tom, can you hear?
Yes,
Oh, good. But you don't have your video on, so we can't see you.
don't need to.
We want to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Connie, this is actually my husband that I'm speaking to right now. He's at the house. I'm at my office. I did see him this morning. Tom, just to let you know, Daniel is on his way to the house right now to do that light. So he'll be banging on the door in just a little while. So just let him in. I want that light done.
Sounds good.
Okay. We're waiting for other peeps to get on. You know, it's so much better when they're coming to eat too. It's really, they show up better when you're actually going to go eat.
That's true, isn't it?
Yes.
Have food and they will come.
And they will come. I know.
Feed them and they will come.
Feed them and they will come. Although I have noticed with Zoom meetings now, I'm using hardly any gasoline in my car because I'm not going to meetings anymore.
Yeah. I know with this whole pandemic, we hardly use any gas.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
call your insurance agent and make sure that they're crediting you for that, because especially in our age group, it's a pretty significant finding. I think my insurance bill this time was like $250 less
Really?
than it was last time I paid it.
I need.
Because I paid it every 6 months.
Oh.
But
I
if
need
you're
to do that.
in your 60s and driving under 50 miles a week or a month, then there's a significant
Oh, I drive more
deduction.
than 50 miles a month.
a week.
Oh, a week. I probably, well, yeah, I may drive
So
less.
who's gonna know?
I
mean,
know.
Come out and check your odometer.
Erica's getting on now.
Oh, good.
Tom is, you saw that Tom, you heard me say Tom, so
Yep.
Tom's
And
getting on.
I forget Tom's last name.
Arsufi. ARSUFF as in Fred I.
Or Sufi.
Arsufi.
Is that near East?
Italian.
Oh, Italian. Oh, really?
Italian. Erica, are you there?
I'm here.
Look, you're there. Hey! Well, I'm waiting for anybody else that's going to show up. We were just talking about how people seem to show up to the meetings when we're eating at the Mexican food restaurant, What can I say? Are you in a hotel or in your apartment or your house?
House.
Okay. Well, I never know. School just started. Didn't school just start? Didn't school, in-person school just start now?
And
So don't they have you driving all over?
No traffic.
Okay. Well, I'm going to wait a couple of more minutes to see who else, because I had several other people who said they were going to be on the call, but
There's somebody.
I think somebody else is trying to get on. Yep.
Have in your club.
Owner has entered I don't know who owner is.
It's Gilda.
Could be Gilda. Owner. Who just, yeah, all I can see is her nose. Oh, good, much better. I could just see this much of you.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Sue said to tell you that she had brushed her teeth, so you could have come up here.
It's all to be in your office.
All of us giving each other COVID.
There you go. See?
I think it's your family that gives you COVID.
I'm saving y'all.
Yeah. So Connie, the person who just got in is our manager of our thrift store. That's how we do our earn all of our money, big bucks. And Gilda, she was so worried when we had to shut down that she was going to get COVID at the shop. And guess who gave it to her? Her own family.
Oh, wow.
She did survive.
Okay.
I did.
Yes, it was touch and go there, but she did survive.
Well,
Yeah, I don't want it again.
Again, I know.
Hi, Erica. So who else is joining? Where is Sue?
Sue is over
Over
here. Her hand is over here. That's my hand, actually. But Sue,
Is she trying to keep away from you?
she's trying to keep away from you. No, she is. Yeah, she is trying to keep away from me. She could come stand behind me, but there's not 6 feet between me and her.
Hey, hover over there.
I know, she doesn't want to hover.
She should have came here. We could have been 6 feet.
I know, exactly. You could have been, I know. But it's hard to get on the computer and be 6 feet away from each other when everybody's trying to get their face into the computer screen.
Yeah.
So I am, John should be getting on. I was thinking John was going to get on. And Matt, I know Matt said, since I got an email from Matt saying he and Jan were gone for the week. So
Ah,
he's going to get on. And Sherelle said she was going to get on since it was a Zoom call.
mhm.
So we'll see. But, you know, she's slow as Christmas. So
She'll get on at 7.
she'll get on at 7. Then she'll wonder why we're not there anymore.
And then we're finished. Yeah.
I know exactly. Mom, I was waiting for you. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Okay. So I sent out for everybody. I did send the minutes out and from February, which is one of the last times, that's the last time Sue did minutes. March is the last meeting we actually officially had. Do you remember who did the minutes for that? Gilda? Yeah. Have you given me those minutes yet?
No.
Okay. So I sent,
You know, I haven't even given you the hours for all the months.
I know you haven't. No. This COVID thing is just, it's been
Yeah.
terrible. Oh my gosh. I know. So
If this continues, how well we survive.
I know. Well, so and I did send out the treasurer's report to everybody that Stanley did. So for those of you who might have read the February, we're going to go ahead and start the meeting. So it's 6:37. For those of you who might have read the February minutes, then I just need a vote. I did read them. I did tell Sue to make a correction on a name of the speaker, and she was going to do that. So I just need one of you to pretend you read it, and somebody else to then second it. So I just need an approval for the minutes from February. Next month we'll do March. And then Connie, just to let you know, it's not just the same. But of course, we didn't meet, April, May. We really haven't met at all. And even not very on Zoom. So who wants to make a motion to accept the minutes with the change for the name of Crankle to Crankle, Jody Crankle from Jody Drankel. And hello, anybody? Come on.
Stop talking.
Okay, go ahead. I think that was Erica that made the motion.
I so
I
moved
second
that
it.
Okay, and Gilda seconded
Gilda
it.
second.
Okay, then treasurer's report. And so you probably don't, you may not have that either. You should. The treasurer's report was, just to tell you, looks good. We have got, Stanley couldn't be in the meeting. He had an appointment tonight. So right now we have got 13, the current balance for the thrift checking is $13,755.14. The current balance of the charities checking is $10,311.23. The current balance of the club checking is $2,807.34. The money, we have two money markets. One, the current balance is $22,313. The other one is $27,594.33. And we have paid our monthly and quarterly taxes. Our county sales tax was $969.70. Our quarterly federal tax was $780.30. Our monthly operational expenses for the thrift shop was $6,446.95
Over what time frame?
over the month of, he did not say, that should be the month of August.
Okay.
Should be August. We have paid all 7 of the scholarship recipients now. They all got $833 for the first semester, and they'll all get, when they send us in January, they send us the same thing. We have to have information showing that they are registered again. They'll get another $833. I will be sending out the applications for scholarships in November to the schools. And for those of you who don't know the way the scholarship works, we give away $10,000 every year. We used to go through the whole thing of interviewing and everything. Now we just say work 25 hours, well, 20. Yeah, it's just work 20 hours of volunteer time at the shop, and which they have to do volunteer work anyway, and we will give you money. And so it's amazing how we usually always get between 6 and 7 applicants, students that volunteer. They come in and they do their volunteer hours, and they have always been a big help every time since we've been doing it this way. And they always are, amazingly, students who we probably, if we had interviewed them, looked at their, we always look at their grades and everything, but if we interviewed them, we would have picked them anyway because they're the ones that are in NHS. So far, membership study or survey summary, we have 15 regular members, 1 student member, and let's see. Oh, Erica, you're back. Did somebody else come in? Nope. And that's pretty much it for the treasurer's report. I just need somebody to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report and somebody to second it. Unmute Erica.
I'm waiting on Erica.
That we accept the treasurer's report as reported.
Okay. So Sue moved that we accept the treasurer's report as reported. Who wants
I
to second?
second.
Gilda seconded it. Okay.
It has been moved and seconded.
Yes. Close that tab. And that's it. I'm having to shut down tabs. So let me go over here to this. Okay. So the next thing we had was a presentation by Connie Schock, who's with the Lago Vista Club. She is the newly elected North Director for the Texas Lions Camp Board. And Connie, tell us what you can tell us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I have a PowerPoint presentation. If I can share, if you can let me share the screen.
Yeah, let me see how I can do that. Multiple people. I think you should be able, I just said multiple people could share.
Okay, let's see how we have here from the beginning. Okay, I don't see anything where I can share the screen.
Down at the bottom of your screen, there should be a thing across the bottom that says mute, video, security, participants, chat, share screen.
You have to hover at the bottom sometimes.
It could be at the top too, yeah. You have to hover it over it with your mouse. Let me see. Who else? Okay, all participants. So I put down all participants. Yeah, I've said that you could share.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, now that I made the screen full screen, I can see it. So.
You know, by the time we get really good at this,
It'll be over.
this will all be over.
Oh, we can only hope.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Yay! Excellent.
Yay.
You did a a great
Good
job.
girl.
Good girl.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. My name is Connie Shockey, and I'm here today to talk about the Texas Lions Camp, and I appreciate the opportunity to share this information with you. I'm sure a lot of you know so much more about the Texas Lions Camp. I don't know if you have any new members, but
You're not gonna give me anything.
if so, this
I
will
have no
definitely
idea.
give them a preview of it. So,
Yeah, we do have some new members who aren't. We have gone as a club, we've gone to the camp several times for the work days. We weren't able to go this year, of course. And one of my daughters has worked there twice during the summer.
oh, okay, good, okay.
So was the camp open for this summer?
I'm sorry?
Was the camp open this summer?
No, it was
Yeah.
not open. But they did have a virtual thing, which I'll tell you about during
Okay.
this presentation. It was really very, very cool. I'm going to show a clip of one of them, one of the things they had. So the Texas Lions Camp is a week-long summer camp for children with disabilities and type 1 diabetes, and is provided without charge. And today's presentation, we will go through these things. The Texas Lions Camp mission is to provide without charge a camp for children with physical disabilities, diabetes, and cancer from the state of Texas, regardless of race, religion, or national origin. Their goal is to provide an atmosphere wherever children who have physical disabilities will be allowed to achieve maximum personal growth and self-esteem. A child is handicapped through no fault of his own. Every child has the right to a happy childhood. This is a quote from the District 2A Governor Jack Weech in 1948 as the camp was being planned. The Texas Lions League for Crippled Children was chartered in 1949 in response to the terrible polio epidemic that forever changed the lives of so many children. The first campers were in 1953, and the diabetic session was added in 1971. In August of 2003, the name was changed to the Texas Lions Camp. And of course, the founder was Jack Weech. The facilities on the camp include air-conditioned cabins with bunk beds, dining room, the Junior Olympic swimming pool. The pool actually has a beach entry under the canopy for wheelchair-bound children so that they can actually get in the water as well. Some of the other facilities is the fishing pier. And the fishing pier has a ramp so that the wheelchair-bound kids can participate in fishing and feeding the fish. They have rope courses, which includes the climbing wall, a rope bridge, a zip line, and many other of these programs and facilities that the children can appreciate when they go to camp. The camp is located on 515 acres in Kerrville, Texas, which makes plenty of room to expand. And this year, they had 2 very severe storms which damaged camp structures. And they're going to have to replace 4 bunkhouses because of the storms.
Wow. Jeez.
There's a 24-hour hospital with 12 full-time staff members, 3 shifts on doctor's orders. And the live flight response time is less than 3 minutes on the ground. There are programs to inspire each and every child, from swimming, horseback riding, arts and crafts, archery, and many more. I'd like to tell you a little bit about one of the campers that I sponsored a few years ago for several years. He was 10 years old and his name was Andrew, and he had spinal bifida. And he had never been away from home ever. And his parents actually were very apprehensive about letting them go to camp. But they did let him go, and he absolutely loved it. And one of his very favorite things was the zip line.
Mm.
And he went for several years until his disability just got too bad and he couldn't attend anymore.
Mm.
The programs reinforce the can-do philosophy, and it's designed for children with physical disabilities. And they have fun, and it's a challenge by choice. Here are some more of the programs that they have for the kids. During difficult times, people really need to think outside of the box to come up with new things. And this year, with the pandemic, the camp introduced TLC to You. And they had 1,000 campers, and there was a box sent to each of the campers with materials and activities to do every day. And they had an online video every day showing them how to do this. Now, I'm going to try something because I'd like to show you one of the videos, if I can do this. New share. Okay. Now this is one of the videos that they had for the campers, and they just went on the computer every day and did a different activity each day.
Hey guys, I'm Trish Wilson, and I am here today to show you a great activity. We're going to be making a t-shirt bag, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You can use it for all kinds of different things, so get ready. We're going to go through the list of things that you need in order to do this. Okay guys, in order to do our t-shirt bag, we're going to need 3 things. Only 3. It's amazing. 3. You're going to need your t-shirt. You're going to have one in your TLC to You box. It's already rolled up and ready to go, but if you have an old t-shirt that you'd rather use, that's fine too. You can use any kind of t-shirt you want to. The smaller the t-shirt, the smaller the bag. The bigger the t-shirt, the bigger the bag. So it depends on what size bag you want to do too. But you should be receiving a kid-sized t-shirt in your box. So you're going to need your t-shirt, and you're going to need a pair of scissors. Preferably scissors that will cut material, so not things that are like rounded or anything like that. That's going to be something that might not cut your t-shirt the way it needs to be cut. If you need to have parents help you, mom and dad, we need scissors that are going to cut material, so keep that in mind. And the third thing is, ready to have fun attitude. That's what you need. It's going to be a lot of fun to do and really easy to do. So you ready to go? Let's get started. What we're going to do, whether you're doing the cutting or mom and dad are helping you, you're going to do one really simple thing. We want to try to keep as much of the design on our bag as possible, okay? So we're going to go to our sleeves, and you're going to cut just to the side of the seam of the sleeve. So we're just going to cut that sleeve right off. Okay, so now we've got our sleeveless t-shirt. is what it looks like. But we're going to take this collar out right here, and that collar is going to just be cut just where you remove the whole thing. So I'm just going to start up here at the shoulder, and I'm going to cut right through that seam, hopefully. Okay, so I've got my two sleeves and my collar completely gone. So we've got the top of our bag ready to go. These are our handles, okay? So I'm turning my t-shirt completely around to where my collar and my sleeve area is at the bottom, so I can work on the bottom of my bag. And this is what's really cool about this. We want to keep our t-shirt design as much as possible in the bag. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut slits in your bag about 2 inches. And you're just going to do that a little bit all the way down the road. And again, you're working with that seam, so it's kind of tough. And so I've got a 2-inch slit in tiny strips like this. And you're just going to do this all the way down, okay? Okay, so I've got my slits. And this last one, I got to kind of cut in half. So I just turn up the shirt like that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it back around to you so that you can see. So now I've got all my little slits at the bottom of my t-shirt, and all my little slits are exactly the same, and it's cut through to the back side as well. Some of my little cuts are deeper than some, and that's okay too. Just know that wherever your cuts are, that's where it's going to tie. So keep that in mind. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to take the slip that's in the front and the slip that's in the back, and you're going to tie them together. Again, this might be a good place for mom and dad can kind of help out. You tie it one time and it's tied, but if you tie it a second time, it's a knot and it won't untie, which is great. So you're going to do that all the way down with the one that's in the front. You tie it to the one that's in the back, tie it once to close, twice to knot it and keep it closed. And as you go down and you keep doing that, your bag is going to slowly close out. I'm doing my last one. And hopefully you've gotten yours done as well. So all of my little ties are tied and they're closed up. So now I have a little bag that I can put anything I want to it. And thanks again for joining us for the t-shirt bag. We're
Okay, now, let me share. So, and they had these type presentations every single day. They had projects for them to cook things, to make snacks, to do nature studies. It was great. So if you're interested, you can go onto the website and go to TLC2U, and they still have all of those videos on there. But it was really, it's amazing what they came up with this whole pandemic. So, and their camp staff, they have a chief executive officer, 15 full-time year-round paid staff, 200 plus summer positions, including physicians, physician's assistants, registered nurses, dietitians, medical students, counselors, which the counselors come from all over the world, and they are trained by SeaWorld staff. And the camp is accredited by the American Camp Association, which is like the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, basically. And of course, there's Lions volunteers, which is always really important. Almost over 24,000 Lions in Texas. 250 committee members, and they have a budget of 3.15 million annually. And some of the sources of funding, and of course, the camp is free to campers. However, it costs about $1,800 per camper, and they budget for 1,500 campers each year, which is $2.7 million. And of course, that comes from our dues and Lions Charities. And of course, there's other ways also of raising money through the gifts and the Century Club, which you can become a member of for as little as $10 a month or $100. And of course,
What is that key thing?
the key is a life member. So if you become a life member, you donate $100, a one-time cost of $100. If you want this beautiful plaque, then it's at $125.
I was just asking because I got one donated here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly appreciate your sponsoring the camp for sure. And of course, other ways that they get their funding is through the memorials, if you want to honor a club member or relative, or a community dignitary, and then the Jack Leach fellowships is $1,000. Do you have any Jack Leach fellowships in your club?
We we don't have any that are currently, well, LB, Erica, in LB, I know Mamie was, I think LB Muffet, LB Harden is.
With that, then.
Yeah.
We have 4 in our club. Well, there's only 3 right now. One moved away, but she actually is still on the medical staff. She's not a Lion anymore, but she moved down to the Houston area, and she still is on the medical staff each year for the camp. Of course, they didn't do it this year, but
Right.
You can also buy an endowment brick for $250, and the endowment bricks are attractively displayed along the front walk of the camp's admin building, which receives over 10,000 visitors every year. And of course, the endowment tree. Of course, there are no more leaves for the endowment tree, but you can purchase a stone or a boulder for $5,000 or $10,000. So. In the Lions Legacy League, you can leave money in your will to the Lions Club, or through real estate or oil or gas interests, beneficiary to your life insurance or stocks and bonds or mutual funds. We also have the trading post, which is on site at the camp, or the camp store online at their website. Another way that you can donate is by getting a personalized plate. Now these are license plates, and these license plates are $30, and of that $30, the camp actually gets $22 of that, so that's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah.
Now this, the new vision, 2020 vision and beyond, they're going to be doing a lot of refurbishing the camp, and like I was saying, they had 2 major storms out there this year, and it damaged a quad of bunkhouses, which that's going to be in phase 1. They're going to replace that and build a new caretaker facility. And the capital campaign was approved on February 8th. It's $12 to $14 million. And that is, they're going to be replacing the quad of bunkhouses and build a new caretaker dormitory. The Dripping Springs Lions Club presented a check and pledge for $100,000 to jumpstart the campaign. So
Wow.
now, if I don't know if any of you were able to see the fundraiser concert, which was on August 27th. It was online on their website, featuring Martin Lucas, and it was, hopefully you all had that opportunity to watch the show Must Go On. The virtual concert raised more than $17,000,
Wow.
and that will be used for the initial construction of the quad bunkhouses to get them started on that. Another fundraiser they have coming up is the Polar Bear Challenge, which will be January 1st, 2021, and it'll take place at Moe Ranch and will involve lions and volunteers. And you can get sponsorships to take the plunge down the Moe Ranch 35-foot, 116-foot long water slide into the frigid Guadalupe River. And their goal is to exceed 6 figures. So hopefully, let's hope they make it. So you can go on the website and donate to Polar Bear Court Member. They're going to be doing the plunge. I was thinking about it, but I don't know about that frigid water. I just soon donate.
Yeah.
And here's the flyer for that. And it's more information is actually on the website as well. So how can we help? The most important job as Lions is to get campers to attend the camp. And it's not too early to start thinking about that. The camp will start accepting applications on January 1st, 2021. Even if they don't have an on-site camp, they still need to apply, and they'll be able to do the virtual thing, and they'll probably come up with other things too between now and then as well. So keep in mind that the diabetic camps fill up first, and there's only 2 weeks for the diabetic camps. One way to find campers is to talk to your school nurses or recontact past campers, special ed teachers, maybe take flyers to the doctor's offices. Now, how can we help and get involved in the camp? Of course, I know you folks have done your work days, and you've done probably picnics and the welcome center. We've done that several years, and we've done picnics, and of course the awards ceremonies are always really great to go to. However, normally we would sign up for that between October 1st and October 15th. However, this year, with all the rules for the pandemic, the procedures and protections of the campers will be implemented sometime in the spring of 2021. So we'll have to get more information on that later. We won't be signing up on October 1st this year. And the same goes for work days. We'll get more information later for those. This is just some more ways that we can help the camp by donating. And now some fun facts about your club. Your club has given over $21,000 in the last 21 years through life member, memorial, and dues. That's 100% participation. And you have 35 consecutive years of participation, 2 life members, and you sponsored 2 campers in 2019 and 1 in 2020. And in closing, I would just like to read you a quote from a camper. And this camper says, "The Texas Lions Camp is built for people like me. I live in a world built for you 51 weeks out of the year. But for 1 week every year, I live in a place built for me. It's heaven on earth to kids like us."
Wow.
So you can imagine it's pretty special. So any questions that hopefully I can
I
answer?
have a question.
Uh-huh.
Could you go back to the screen you had about 3 screens ago where you listed where in the community people could reach out to
Yes.
disseminate
Right,
information about the camp?
right here.
I want that in the minutes in case anybody's interested.
This is actually being recorded.
This one, is this the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I got through
I
school
could
nurses.
email that to you if you'd like.
Well, and actually, I just told her we're recording this.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to send it out to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Well, we need to put it on a database somewhere. So in case somebody comes and starts asking more concrete questions about how they can get
Right.
involved, we can say, we have this neat little.
You just scared my dog. Yes, we could. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, having that, if you could send me that,
I
then
will.
we'll put it on our Facebook.
That'd be
I
great.
sure will. Yeah.
Not just this page, but the entire PowerPoint. Then that would be great, because then, like I said, we can download it to our Facebook, and that way people can see that.
Okay. I could do that for you. Sure.
And I know we've actually had several members of one family have gone. We've had more than just those 3. I mean, we've had
Oh, yeah,
kids
of
for
course.
many years be going, but I know that's always been the hard thing. It's getting the parents to pry their fingers off their children.
Yeah, that is difficult for these kids, particularly because, most of them have never been away from home.
Right.
So I think it's harder for the parents than it is for the
I-
kids, actually.
I think it's harder for the parents. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I know we have done the Welcome Center for a few years, and to see those kids come in, and especially the ones that have been there before, and they're just so excited because they know what's coming,
Mhm.
and they just can't wait. It is amazing, I'll tell you. It really is.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, the daughter of mine who has been a camp counselor there for 2 years is not on tonight. She said she was going to, but other people I know have heard this. However, she is my daughter because I collect teenagers.
Oh,
I
okay.
had collected her.
I would have given you a couple of.
Yeah, I don't need any more. She's 24 now, but I collected her when she was just turning 17, and made her go as a camp counselor between high school and college. And she had, she's expressed this to people in the club, but she had really thought of her life as being really hard. She had had a very dysfunctional family, and it was very much like a poor me, my life is so bad. And after she came back from the summer there, her whole attitude about her life changed. And she said here she thought life was so bad, and that these kids would come in and they were burn victims, and they had limbs missing, and they were in a wheelchair, or had seizure disorders. And she said she realized her life was pretty good.
Pretty good.
We're
yeah.
always happy. She said they were so happy just to be there. And it literally changed her whole life and what she wanted to do with her life. And I think anybody who's known Sherelle since that very beginning to now knows what a difference just working there at the camp made. Huge, huge difference. So I think it's a great thing. And we've gone as a club, we've gone for probably 10 years
Yeah.
to help with the work days. I was really disappointed that we couldn't go this last spring. So Gilda hasn't been able to go. It's always on a Saturday and we have our thrift shop, and we can't close the thrift shop on a Saturday.
So is
Gilda.
that how you folks raise money?
Yes,
The thrift shop?
that
That's a great idea.
is how we that's how our fundraiser is, a thrift shop, which makes it difficult because I was on a call. We were on a it's one of the things we were going to talk about tonight too. We were on a deal with Michael Smith on a workshop, and they were talking about service projects, and we all work as volunteers at the thrift store, some of us more than others, and so it's difficult to do any service projects because we're working, several of us work pretty long hours at the thrift shop just to keep it open. And then when we make a good amount of money, we give away about $40,000 a year out of
Wow,
that.
that's awesome.
So, yeah, so we don't have to have pancake breakfasts or,
Yeah, exactly.
it's that. So, yeah, it's really been nice to have that. But, so
are you still able to open it with the pandemic, or?
we were closed for a month in
Oh.
April. We were closed for the whole month of April. And then we were closed for
2 weeks.
weeks. Right. When Gilda got sick, and we were closed for a couple of weeks then. And but we've got everything. We've got more sanitation stuff there. We've got the sneeze guards up, and we sanitize everything. Every time anybody touches anything, we sanitize each other's bodies. And so and really we haven't had any too much of a problem with people. We did have one person, two Saturdays ago, who refused to wear a mask. And had I known that, I happened to be at the store, but I was in the back. Had I known that, I would have probably taken care of it. But most people we have masks there to hand out to people. Most people are okay.
Good, yeah.
Most people are okay, pretty good. There are some who just want to be bad about it. And it was funny because I did notice, Gilda, when I came up, that everybody was way behind her standing in line. They had all moved real far away from that woman who refused to wear a mask. And so it was kind of interesting. So, but yeah, we've been, other than the month, and like I said, a month and a half, that did cut into our revenue, but we seem to be making it up now. So that's good.
Okay, well, any other questions, or I can let you get back to your meeting if you'd like.
Sure. Anybody else have questions? Nope. Yep, that was great. Yeah, if you can send that to me, I'd like to have that on our.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, Connie.
All right.
Thank you, Connie.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all too.
Okay. Okay, next thing we did have though, too, just a couple of more things. The spot camera. We are not going to be able to use the screener yet. We've been asked by Head Start, did contact me and asked me if we could help them again this year. Mark and I went over there last year, and they, it was just really helped them a lot. We helped with the school last year, with Elgin School, and we helped with the McDade School last year. But we're not really going to be able to do anything until the state really releases us and says it's safe enough to go ahead and do that. We're hoping in October we could start that again. So we'll see.
You told me it got stolen. So what are we going to
Yes.
do?
Well, I was going to say that. And our screener, who actually ended up, for those of you who've been in the club for a long time, you remember we, as in a previous president, bought the screener. Wasn't me, but I mean, it's a great screener, but
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody was trained on it. And so because nobody was trained on it, we gave it to the Manor Club. And somehow, I haven't spoken to Ann, who was the person with it. I don't know what happened, but somehow it got stolen. And that's like a $6,000 screener. I don't know what anybody could do with it. It's not like it's a regular camera. They could, I guess, it was in a really nice case. And so my understanding is whoever had it in their car, and they broke into the person's car and stole it out of the car. So it's not insured if it's not in where it's supposed to be. So
They probably said, hey, look, briefcase money.
right. Yeah, except it was a big case. So unfortunately, they didn't bring it back. So so we wouldn't be able to use that one. They're going to have to decide what they're going to do. They'll have to, I've been told by one of the other clubs that we can use theirs. So we'll just have to see. Of course, when we reach that point that we can use them again, everybody's going to want to use them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Always able to get the Manor to give us theirs, give us ours. But that we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
And then information about workshop. There was a workshop for board leadership that Sue and I did, 2 weeks ago? And it was, I wrote down information and I'm going to type that up and send everybody. It was really, really interesting, I think, and I'm pretty sure they recorded it too. And if you're interested, I can send you, but they talked about mainly service projects. And, I've been in this club for 21 years. And Erica, I don't ever remember a service project. Did we ever do, you've been in longer than me.
Yeah, we've done some things with the Kiwanis at one time back in the.
We did. And we used to do the Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
Easter egg hunt. That's right. We used to do the Easter egg hunt, and then they gave that to the city. Of course, trying to think of what else we ever did. What did we do with the Kiwanis?
I just remember them coming to us every year, and they'd give us a date, and we'd go out with them. I don't remember. I was in college then, so I don't remember what they were actually doing, but I recall them coming and we worked jointly on a project together. Okay.
So, and of course, the kids site was a project that we've been doing. So one of the things they talked about in this leadership workshop was a survey to send out to the membership of what types of things you guys want to do as far as the things, like if you want to do service projects. Because one of the tough things is, like Connie was saying, is the thrift shop is sort of a service project. Let me put my air quotes in the front. Sort of a service project, but it's not. But we contribute so much more money than most clubs do, except obviously the Dripping Springs Club. But I don't know where who knows where they got their money. But we do contribute a lot of money to organizations, which other clubs have to do the pancake breakfast, or they have to do, they have to do a lot more fundraising types of things during the year to make any money. So, we're lucky in that we've got the thrift shop to be able to have that. But it is nice to again, like when I've done the kids site now 3 years in a row, and it's always been a lot of fun. Those kids are so funny when you're trying to take, trying to quote, take a picture of them, and they'll hold their eyes open really wide. They're so excited. And just the fact that this is something that I look at of, it helps the community so much. And that, even when I've done it at the thrift shop on the sip shop stroll nights, when we've had the screener and done it in the back, it's helped quite a few people. So I'm hoping to really get that, that we can do that again. But if you have ideas, I know many of us are working full time, and it's kind of hard. And some of us don't live in Elgin anymore. But I know it's difficult to think of doing a service project when we're also working, but it would be nice to that would get our name out there. I did just get I should have made you, Gilda, bring the check up, but I just ordered a big check, one of those big check things that are 6 feet long by 3 feet, that you can write the organization and how much money we're giving them. And what I was going to do was take the thing from how much money, I was just going to put, like community, blah, 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 just how much money we're going to put it in the front window to let people know, here's how much money we give back to the community every year. But then as we give money to different organizations during the year, you can erase it off and write on it again. That's the plan, is then to present that to them. And 6 feet long, so shoot, we can be 6 feet apart. And we can present that and have it be in the paper, have it be in our Facebook post, and stuff like that, so we can get more people to realize, because I'm amazed how many people still do not realize who we are. They see our name on the window, they still do not understand that we're
just think we're a store.
Right. And Gilda hears me all the time explaining the difference between us and Goodwill. And I should just have a little canned response and push a button and I could spiel it off. But really, we need also to get more members. This is obviously always a thing. And so
if it was hard before, it's really hard now. Nobody wants to get out.
Really, I know, it's really is hard. And it's tough because retired people, are our best in a lot of ways. Like John joined and he's in there a lot. And
he is.
Yeah.
At least 3 times a week. It's awesome.
So, and that's the thing. It's really great to have that. But you're right. But a lot of some of the organizations like Community Cupboard, they're having a problem now getting volunteers because older people don't want to be around the public. And I think we've done a great job of keeping people protected at the shop with the screen, with the sneeze guard and wipes that we wipe everything down.
Don't go to my house.
Pardon?
Just don't go to my house.
Just don't go to Gilda's house. I'm not ever going in there. Jeez, it's like COVID central there.
She brought me something one day to my house, and I think she threw it in my door.
I did throw it at you. I think I threw it in your front door and ran. Oh my gosh, yes.
So maybe we could think about or do a little brainstorm about starting a campaign for, if you think times are rough, mm-hmm. and if you think times are depressing, get out there and help somebody else.
Yes. That's always has been one of the things that I've always told the girls, though, too, is volunteering. And that's always been my saying, is we're put on this earth to make a difference in other people's lives. And if we're not doing that, we're not truly living. And it's, you know, it does help you realize that your life is not so bad, kind of like Sherelle did.
And maybe we could work with some of the other volunteer-based organizations in the community on, you know, become a volunteer.
Right. That was one of the things that was one of his suggestions too, was that and I've been in conversation with the Bastrop Club. They just started up the Bastrop Club now, and it's got younger people in it. Some people are people that I know, and they're
Not that young.
no, they're younger than me. They're in their 30s. They're not 12. But they have no fundraising, but they're doing service projects. So it's like, you know, I don't know. We could maybe, you know, rely on them. But
Well, and if there's a Lions Club in Maynard?
There's a Lions Club in Maynard. There's one in Taylor. There's one in Page now.
So
Yeah.
there's lots of potential there to do cooperative kinds of
Right.
of projects.
Yeah. Well, and we almost did get 7 members from the Maynard Club. They were having challenges with their president, and that president resigned. And so somebody took over. So we almost had 7 very experienced members come over.
He wouldn't have resigned. They would have
I
came.
know if he just stayed there, we would have had them. So, but like I said, there were a lot of good things in this, and I'll get the Zoom recording from the workshop because it was really good. One of the things he talked about too was doing a survey out to members of the community, like influential members of the community, like the school board president and, you know, just people of what are things that are needed, that people think are needed in the community. So, and of course, most of it, I was just on a call, a Zoom meeting today with organizations, different organizations in Elgin. I'm on that, on another committee, of course. And the main thing is funding. Most of the places I'm talking to, they're needing funding because of people for food, a lot of, you know, the community cupboard, of course, and advocacy outreach. Those organizations are dealing with a lot of things with homelessness, and people don't, I mean, there's a lot of problems with homelessness in our community. So, and that isn't getting better. You know, we have people right now, in fact, that aren't able to pay their rent because they've just recently lost their jobs. So that may not get better for a while. So so then that does take us to the request for funds. I did get a call from the Bastrop Little League. They contacted me about whether or not we would be willing to give them funds for, and we support the Elgin Little League, and we gave them $700 this last year. And I called the guy back and said, well, you have a Bastrop Lions Club. You may need to start there. But then I called and talked to the president, well, left her a message, and she and I are going to get together this week. They just started, they don't have any funds to give anybody any money, and asked if we would be willing to help the Bastrop Club Little League out. And so I'm throwing that out. We have, again, what, 11?
So they didn't have a club for a while, or what?
They had a club, but you couldn't get anybody to answer.
I know, I remember that.
Right. It was still listed as a club, but no one would respond. They wouldn't do anything. They turned.
So you talked to the president of their club?
The new president of the new club.
And so what'd she say had happened, or what?
Nobody seems to know. I do know, right, I don't know. I do know a very good friend of mine was turned down by the Bastrop Lions Club.
What?
Yes, she lives in Bastrop. She was turned down and told that they did not accept women. And this was only about 4 years ago. Yes, 4 years ago. And so she basically said, eh, and
Rude.
yes, and she went to the LaGrange Club and she increased the LaGrange Club. She is a go-getter. She increased their club to over 100 members.
Wow.
So, and
begged
she's
her.
still on LaGrange?
Begged her, yes, begged her to come with us.
Uh-huh.
But she'd already gone to the LaGrange Club. And that's a long way to
Yeah.
go
It is.
to LaGrange.
You're right around the corner.
I know. I don't know what happened. She didn't know.
She an hour drive.
I know. She just didn't know. But yes. Yeah. I couldn't believe that they said we don't accept women. That has not been true for 30 years.
So that's probably why they didn't have nobody.
Exactly, because it's always the women that do most of the work. So I think that's
It is
why
in our club.
right. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Tom. But yeah, that's really the reality. So but I do want to throw it out there of, do we want to give the Bastrop Little League? I mean, all the, again, they're suffering from most of it because these organizations are suffering because they can't do fundraisers that they usually did. And even, like I'm on the board for CASA, and we've given money to CASA every year. We have had some really big fundraisers that we were supposed to do, and we've had to cancel everything. And a lot of our funding comes from that. So it's really hard for a lot of these organizations because they can't do any of the fundraisers that they normally would do. Like, and Erica, you're still on Children's Advocacy, aren't you? Yeah. So
Yes.
you guys haven't been able to do your fundraisings either, have you?
We've moved to a semi-online fundraiser with First Bingo.
Ah,
So that's what we're doing for this year.
yeah.
When are y'all doing that?
One was supposed to be this weekend. it was the in-person.
Gee, Erica.
That First Bingo.
One way up. It was in LaGrange. It wasn't the one that we have in Bastrop. We go to each county.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because the First Bingo was fun. That was fun.
Yeah,
Really wish
it
we
was.
could do that. It was fun.
Yeah. You got us hooked on that one.
I know. Yeah, I didn't even want a purse.
All right.
Spring, don't worry.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so let me know, everybody give me an idea
Yeah.
how you are with us doing that. Cause I would like to answer back to this guy. And what I've been telling people is send me a letter of what you need and what you need it for.
Right. That's what I was going to ask you about. How
Right.
much? About how much? Do you have a ballpark?
Right. He
Do you have
didn't
a
give
ballpark?
no, because I haven't actually spoken to him. We just played
For
telephone
funds?
tag.
Okay.
Right. I do know the Elgin Little League, they're gonna, she came in, one of the fundraiser people came in Saturday when I was working and left us something that we posted about their fundraiser, which they're having, I think next Saturday. Yeah, I think next Saturday, a chicken dinner, winter chicken dinner. And they're trying to pay off a huge loan that they made for lights at the field. And so I did tell her to make sure that they sent us a letter again, that we would normally just send them $700 every year, but to go ahead and send us a letter too, explaining what they needed and how much money they needed. So
And tell them do not leave it in the field.
do not leave. Oh my God, that's right. I forgot. Tell them what happened.
Well, somebody from the Elgin Little League called me up here at the store and said, I've got a $750, I think it was, check. That's for us, but I found it out in the field. And I'm like, what? And they're like, is this true? Are we supposed to spend this or no? I'm like, yes. So somebody must have dropped it, whoever got the envelope, the mail, they must have dropped it out in the field and didn't even realize.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Same
great.
letter carrier we have.
Yeah.
I pick up my letters out of the field all the time.
Well, this would be difficult, but yeah, yeah. So I'm sure whoever it was thrilled to find it. Can you imagine how you feel like? I hate that
Yeah.
feeling when your whole face goes flush. You think I'm gonna faint right now.
Yeah.
But okay, well that is pretty much it. Can anybody else think of anything else?
Did you ever find out about Halloween? They canceled it?
I have not found anything for sure. I know that they were not doing the safe Halloween down in the park. That I do know. I don't know if they're going to do, like have businesses be open. I'll let you know. I need to ask. It's so hard. It's so hard because it's really going day to day.
Yeah.
Day to day of how, is this getting better? Is this getting worse?
Wouldn't you think they'd be safe? They have all that costume, masks and stuff.
Well, except they have the little eye holes so they can see in a little mouth hole. The mouth hole is the problem.
Right.
They could be in their little dinosaur costume with a mask on.
There you go. See? I just really feel bad. And I love that day because I'm here till 8 o'clock handing out candy, watching all the
I
kids.
know. I know. That is a fun day. I'm going to miss it. Well, and of course, everybody knows Hog-Eye is canceled, so there'll be nothing going on at the shop. We will be open, but there will not be Hog-Eye going on that day. I know. It's just,
man.
I know.
That's another big one.
I know. That's usually an 11. Now, we did do really well at the sidewalk sale not this last Saturday, a Saturday before. We did $1,100 in sales. Yay! And
and I was tired.
Yes. Yeah, you were tired. I was tired. And I wasn't even supposed to be there. So,
thank God you were. Geez.
I know. So and we still did good this last Saturday. We did about 600, almost 600 in sales. So
today we did a little over 500 too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess everybody decided to come out in the rain, shop.
Yeah.
I'm not making no money today. Let me go spend some.
Yeah, I guess so. That is great. So, okay. So
I have two things I'd like to.
She has two things.
Two reminders. One is on Stanley's behalf, and that is, I know everybody's schedule is totally screwed up this year. So if you haven't paid your annual dues yet, please do pay your dues, because the last treasury report on our list of members, it wasn't designated who's paid their dues and who has not. And so before our next list, I'm going to ask Stanley to please indicate who's paid and who's not. So if you want to not be on the not paid list, please pay your dues, because it's.
I actually have that list.
Yeah, well,
it's right here. I just got it.
Next time.
Well, and
next time it'll be in. And the other thing is, I'd like to throw out just an idea that came from that seminar that you and I went to. Whereas I think we as a collective group, because we're small, can do a lot of really good brainstorming about ideas to increase our numbers. Because if we had, if every one of us only went out and dragged one other person in by the hair, then, think what we could do with 30 members instead of 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And so building our numbers over the period of the next 6 months might be something that we really want to invest some energy in doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, just put that on the back of your mind, and maybe you can think about some ways that we could either work cooperatively or individually to increase our numbers here. Because if there's 6 other Lions clubs in our surrounding communities, there's people out there that want to be lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
Erica, you got to move back to Elgin to get a member. Got it?
Yeah, that's going to happen. She likes being in
Bring
Austin
one from
now. I
Austin.
know. She likes having more than 3 restaurants to go to.
Yeah. that's for sure. So,
But yeah, good idea. It's just, I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah. You what?
I just think it's going to be hard right now with pandemic until it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, like I said, it was hard for us. You know, we've talked about this how many times already, and we haven't gotten any members. And I think now it's just going to be a little worse, a little harder.
Well, maybe if we make it more of a personal thing, you know, if I, you know,
I dragged you in.
you drag me in. There you go. And if we make it personal, and if we get together with some of the other community volunteer organizations, and maybe we just want to do a bigger umbrella program on becoming a volunteer. Volunteer for Elgin.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. Once people start volunteering, then.
Yes, bring me volunteers. Yes.
Right. I know. I announced it again today at my community meeting I was on, that we needed volunteers. So.
If you got a food box, then how can you help somebody else? You know, pass it forward.
Yeah.
Pass it forward and just make it, you know, maybe we just need to do some kind of campaign that where people get buttons or baseball hats or something like that that says, I'm a lion, or I'm a volunteer, or, you know, and make it a cooperative effort. Whatever. There's thousands of ideas. Everybody has good ideas.
Yeah.
But I think I would like to put it on our agenda to keep it going forward for the next few months and see if we can come up with something concrete.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I'd certainly be willing to reach out to some of the other volunteer organizations, because I don't know who they all are either. I mean, I know who the food bank is, and what's 200 Depot? Isn't that a organization, a volunteer organization?
That's the community covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, and they've got bodies, you know, maybe we could work together with them and reach out. Maybe the fire department wants to work, you know, together. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
We have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts come out to our store.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
And volunteer. Yeah.
I know, but you know.
Yeah.
We can get them out on.
Speaking of that, where's Amy's son?
I know. He was supposed to, I will email her tonight and go, where's Robert?
Tell him I am COVID free. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
He can come now.
You know,
He was going to come and volunteer when I had gotten sick.
I know he wanted
so
to
I had
come
to,
and
don't come.
I know. It's like, oh my God. Well, speaking of Stanley, he's not on this call, but speaking of Stanley, he has been he's been overwhelmed with everything else, trying to figure out everything. And so I asked him how he would feel if I asked Mary to do the membership bills. And I talked to Mary today, and she said she was willing to do that. So he's going to bring the Dell computer back over, because that's got the information on it, and she said she would do that. I know Erica has already paid dues for the year. John has paid dues for the year. If you'll remind me when next time you see me, I'll go ahead and pay for the year. But we really, when Mary stopped last June, and nothing was done. I mean, bills have been paid and everything, but no membership fees have been paid. And I'm constantly bugging Stanley, but it is sort of that thing of, I don't want to bug him too much and have him go, well, just forget it. I just don't do anything. It's like, no. So
he was supposed to get me going on that so that I could be in charge of that for him. But you know what? If we can get Mary and that computer here, I'll get her to teach me.
Yeah.
And that way, if something ever happens with her, I will be ready.
Right. Yeah. And I talked to her today at length, and she sounds really good. I think she's still going in daily for treatments. Yeah, I know. Every day she's going in for treatments and she takes chemo pills, but she sounded really good. She said she was really
Yes.
rested.
I went over to her house Saturday. We were outside talking for about an hour. She looked very well.
Yeah. Yeah, she sounded so much better. So I think she would like to be able to, get out and help again. So,
Right.
And that would be a job that she could feel like she was
right.
contributing and it wouldn't be overwhelming.
Right. Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you and I can talk about that. He's supposed to drop the computer to you tomorrow.
Okay.
So, all right.
Sounds good.
So anything else? Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I move we adjourn.
I would second it, except we need somebody else to second it.
I second it.
Okay. So 7:50. God, that would be bad. 7:50. My glasses just aren't working very well. We are ending the meeting, and I will talk to everybody later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See
Bye.
you later.
Now how do I get out of here?
Just hit end on the right.
No, and
I'm ending the meeting for all right now.